You know, I make a concerted effort here not to be the anti-religion channel, or not to have a channel that's just flavored with anti-religion, because I feel people should be able to believe and worship and do whatever the hell they want in their life, as long as it doesn't, you know, affect me or harm me or my family and friends. But it's instances like this, and a number of you have sent me this video. It's called How Not to React When Your Child Tells You That He's Gay. And seeing instances like this, reading stories that are similar to this situation. I'm going to play an excerpt of this video here for you in a second, because I want you to hear how this whole thing concluded. The one common denominator here is that there's always a sticking point. All right, maybe not always, but it seems to be 95% plus percent of the time, that the one main sticking point is always over the issue of the parents' or caregivers' religious beliefs. That is the one main thing. And that just burns my fucking ass and then some, that people profess to be loving and caring religious followers and just, you know, worshiping their God and their Savior Jesus and all this. But man, if their son or daughter comes out to be gay, can't have none of that. Can't have none of that, to the point that they can't have their son or daughter be gay. It just ain't fucking happening, no way or shape, form about it. And that's what you had here in this circumstance. And it's instances like this that just make you understand why so many gay youths commit suicide. And no, I'm not going to sit here and be naive enough to tell you, oh, every single Christian family is against homosexuality. Every single Christian family would just cast their son or daughter to the side if they came out. Again, I'm not going to sit here and paint with that broad of a brush. I understand that there are exceptions, and these are one of them. But man, when I come back to each one of these stories, you guys out there that are going to be Bible thumpers, whoever, they're going to object to this video, show me a video, show me a story or something where the instance of the person, the son or daughter coming out to their parents, was a severe issue in the family and religion wasn't the issue. Show me that it was just some guy, some macho guy that doesn't really care much about religion, saying, oh, I don't want my son being gay, and that's all there is to it, because you don't want him to be a fruity tooty blah blah blah. Now, of course, there is going to be an instance or two like that, but boy, I'll show you 100 instances where religion is the crux of the matter compared to ones where it's not. And that's what burns my ass so much about this. Now, if you didn't see this video, I'll leave it linked in the video description. I'm going to play an excerpt of it here because the thing just infuriates me. To set it up, I'm going to play the end portion of it where things got really heated and you hear how the family really wants to treat the son now that he's come out of the closet. The son basically filmed himself confessing to his parents that he's gay, and it even gets to the point, and I'll skim through some of the stuff that happened beforehand, where the mother says, well, you can't live in my house. And the son's like, all right, I'll move out by Thursday. And she's like, fine. It's like no sort of like bartering or just any sort of negotiation. It's just like, fine. It's just like saying, I have an old pair of tennis shoes that are all worn out, and I'm just going to throw them out. And your wife's like, fine, throw them out. It's just like, they just dismiss it. It's like, well, my son's gay. I don't want him living here. I worship God. And it goes back to God, 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 Bible, 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 reiterated so many times. Son, you are making a choice in your life to be gay. And it goes back and forth between, no, I was born this way. No, you're making a choice. Choice, choice, choice. God, God, God. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. That's the summary of the first 90% of the video. So, how does the video end? Well, let's take a listen.
You're full of shit. And you told me on the phone that you made that choice. You know you wasn't born that way. You know damn good and well you made that choice. You know that this man has done everything he can to raise you. And you told me right on that damn phone that that was a choice you made. He didn't need to blame himself. So don't fill these people full of bullshit, Daniel.
You're twisting my words. You are a completely different person.
Let me tell you something. You little piece of shit.
You're not gonna fucking test me!
The mom comes over and starts beating the son at this point.
Son of a bitch! Get off me! Bitch! Get off me! Keep going down!
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Get off of me! What's
She said during the scream there, I want him out of my house.
What's wrong with you?
The father says, you're a fucking queer. Mother says, you're a piece of shit.
You've never trusted me. You should have more shit with me than anybody.
Hey, come here.
I'll beat your
I claim you as my own mother.
Listen. Listen. Cut this out.
What is wrong with you people?
Oh, what's wrong with you?
No.
Exactly. There's something wrong with the son.
No.
Run your mouth on Facebook about me. I've done everything in the world.
That's the father.
Everything in the world for you.
I haven't run my mouth about
The
you at
hell
all.
you haven't.
What
Don't
if
tell me.
What if I
right
said? Go get it. You show me. Pull it up on Facebook and you show me.
You get the gist. Watch the video's linked in the video description if you want to watch it. Again, now, to be fair, to devil's advocate this, if I can devil's advocate this at all, this kid was obviously eliciting a reaction from his parents that he knew he was going to get. And some of the stuff the kid says, the son says in the beginning of the video, was kind of snarky, was kind of trying to get a stronger reaction out of the parents. Now, with all that being set aside, you cannot tell me he deserved to be fucking beat by his parents for coming out of the fucking closet. To be kicked out, to say you're no longer welcome here, to be called a fucking queer, to be called a piece of shit, to say what you're doing is nothing but a choice in life. Anyway, it's times like this that I just sit back and I go, man, I can't wait for the hand of internet justice to deal its lethal blow. Now, lethal, and like, I'm not saying anyone should be killed over this or anything like that, but I have a feeling that the privacy of these individuals are going to be violated. Now, I'm not one to condone that, but I'm also realistic in knowing that when you fuck up this level and it's on the internet, Anonymous has a very unique way of finding you and sending a lot of pizzas and dragging dildos and a bunch of other things to your house. And that's the part where I'm just going to sit back and enjoy to see what an inconvenience it is to this parents' lives. But anyway, all that aside and back on point here, the whole thing of religion and the fact that these parents, and what you're hearing here is these parents are just mentally broken because they have no way in their mind because of their indoctrination by religion. And if indoctrination is the wrong word, I don't know what other fucking word you want me to say. They're convinced by the little Bible and the magic mystery invisible man in the sky that it is wrong to have a gay son or daughter. And if you do, you're disobeying God's law, and you should correct that. You should tell them it's a choice. You should force them to be straight. All these other things, or you should just disown them. And that is what you're having here. These parents are just broken. These parents are like, my son isn't going to change. Therefore, he ain't my son. He's just someone that is just going to move out of my house just easily, just no sort of negotiation. Just, okay, bye, Thursday, you're gone. Bye. You fucking queer. I just think of that. Think of that. One of their parents is calling their son a fucking queer, a piece of shit, and beating him because he came out of the closet. Unfucking real. Again, I don't want to come out and be this, I'm this super anti-religion channel and all that shit. But man, when time and time again, that you have one of these youths, and this kid is 20, not so much a youth, it's a young adult, comes out of the closet, and I hear that sticking point is the parents have got their Bible shoved so far up their fucking ass that they're throwing it up. Again and again and again, that seems to be the common trend when a child, when a kid, when a young adult has to come out to their parents. And the major sticking point of why it's a problem with the parents comes down to fucking religion. time and time and time again. Yes, there is instances where it doesn't, and no, not every single Christian family is going to act the same way as this family. Anyway, watch the video for yourselves. I mean, some of you may think that this is entrapment, that the kid is just basically setting up his parents to look bad, that deliberately elicited a reaction that was going to warrant a beating. I don't know how you want to potentially spin this to make it look like the son was the absolute evil one here. But man, these parents spoke their true colors, and they spoke them loud and clear. And it's just disgusting. And again, it makes me understand, like, oh, I can totally understand when someone has trouble coming out of the closet to their parents, that they don't even trust their own words to their parents, that they don't feel they can do that. Me as a father, if my son or daughter had difficulty coming to me and had, you know, issue of like, I'm concerned whether or not I should tell my father that I'm gay. If my son or daughter even has to contemplate that, then I'm not doing my job as a parent. Because my son or daughter should be able to talk to me about anything and not have a second of remorse about it. Anyway, that's just me. That's just my outlook on life. And to any Christians out there, again, I'm not hating on all Christians for this. I understand that this is isolated instances in Christian households. How do you think about this? And would you act the same way if your son or daughter was gay? I mean, do you believe just one little passage in the Bible is true, but then ignore other little passages that say, you know, kids should be beaten and all sorts of other stuff? We all know the ridiculous shit that's in the Bible that in today's day and age is just completely ludicrous and would never be practiced. But yet, there's something about man should not lay with a man, and we take that to a T. But the other things that are outrageous, we can ignore them. Anyway, what say you, general public? What say you? Because I've said enough here. Anyway, have a good day, everyone. And to that kid, what was his name? David, Brian? I'm sorry, I forget your name, dude. Oh. But anyways, I know the mother's name was Sue. I remember that much. Daniel was the kid's name. Daniel, keep your head up. I'd hate to see this kid become another fucking statistic just because his parents and their Bible-thumping beliefs from the magic mystery man in the sky watching over their lives forced him to go over the edge and become another statistic. Anyway, that's all I got to say on this. It's now time to hear from you guys. Have a good day, everyone.